Say thanks to everybody that was in the show yesterday. I was just messing around and we just got into a little bit of talking last night with my dad. Appreciate each and everybody for that. Next Sunday, we do have another guest coming on. Is uh, family paranormal team. It's going to be pretty cool because they're the first time I ever got talking to them. I've talked to them on Mr. Fedora's channel, so that will be next Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Uh, let's see here. I'm just trying to get my stuff ready here. There we go. But we're trying to go out again probably next weekend that I'm off. Not this coming weekend, but the next one. Me and my dad decided we might just go ahead and try the cornfield over there beside of his house and walk down through it and sit down in the middle, and we'll knock down a few corn stalks so we can have a good little place to set the camera and stuff like that, and we'll just listen to see what all we can hear, and we'll set up gizmo and stuff like that. So now we brought the guests on here. Abyss Paranormal is here tonight, and appreciate each and every one of you for coming in and chilling out. Let's see. Hey, Liz. Ruben, hey. Hey, Vicky.
I'm getting you sharing out here, John.
Oh, you're fine. So, what have y'all been into here lately? Just chilling out?
Doing we did our global ghost hunt recently. That will be aired in October. Took me a minute. I had like, where are we doing that?
So, how did y'all get into the paranormal?
Well, me, it's okay. So with me, it was, back in the day, we watched that tap show, and it was so fascinating. And I didn't know it was a real thing. I had no idea, but I've always kind of been into like, Halloween and witchy stuff and spooky stuff. I think it's stuff that's just, I don't know, cool. But anyway, so I started watching that show and realized that this is a real thing. And I was working at Wendy's as a night manager with Vicky's son, Jesse, as you all know. And he was walking out the back door one night while I was still counting money or something, and he said he was on his way out to get ready for an investigation or something to that sort. And I was like, wait, what? And I had him come back and tell me more about it, and then so that's how I got into it. And then poor Ruben, he kind of got yanked into it without any question, just grabbed a rope and just lassoed him in.
That's how I got into paranormal.
So Liz not only told her story, but she told Ruben's also.
Yep.
What is y'all's role in the group? I mean, y'all have like certain positions y'all do, or y'all just all investigate together?
Well, at one point we had considered creating positions. I don't know that we necessarily follow those positions. Of course, there's the founder and the co-founder. That's 100%, and that's Vicky and of course her son Jesse.
Yeah.
And then at one point, like I said, we were considering it though because we all kind of do have our own role in the group, but we all still kind of do the same things also. So while
we help each other. We kind of help each other in things.
Exactly. We're all investigators, but some of us are very good at doing research. Some of us are good at technology, So,
Yeah.
No sense in titling it when we can all help each other. So.
Oh yeah.
But I take my role of being behind the camera very serious, not in front of it.
No, I was going to ask you another question. That's not what it was.
That's easy done, let me tell you.
How long have y'all been a group? in the paranormal there?
I founded the group. Jesse and I founded the group uh, February 6th, 2006.
Okay.
And then in 2011, we took a break. We just had all of us individually, just it was like we all was hit with stuff going on. And my mom had passed away, and then I had a grandson pass away, and my dad had had a major heart attack. And so we just kind of disband as a group. I mean, we kind of kept track of each other. Every Halloween, Liz and Ruben was faithful, showing up at my house
Yeah.
and stuff like that. We kind of kept track of each other. But then when my dad passed away, I said, okay, I want to get the group going back again. And I called everybody, and they was like, oh, yes, that kind of thing. So
There was a point though. I'm thinking it was before her father might have passed away. I was texting her one day and I was like, "You ever consider getting the group back together?" And she's like, "I've been thinking about it." And then a
Yeah.
long time went by again, and then here she comes, and I was like, "Yes!"
I remember right, Liz, you text me that like in the middle of 2018, and Dad had had that brain stroke about a month before, and I just wasn't sure how much of that he was going to come out of. And when I found out he was, that's when I was like, okay, I had to wait until he passed. There was just no way
Yeah.
I would do
Okay.
that,
I
not
think
do it like we needed to do it anyway.
I think
Yeah.
one of the biggest things for me that is like yay to get back into it is the technology has gotten so much better that we're not going around changing out VHSs in the middle of the investigation. We don't have to go change batteries. We just
Yeah.
plug them in and watch them all from one point. So it's a lot better deal.
But there has been things that's happened when I've changed tapes. I would see stuff. I got some really good pictures because of that. So,
Yeah.
now I've been
Jonathan, you got a lot of people. This is all like, "Hey, everyone!" It's just blowing up.
Have Darwin lost it again? Where all have y'all ever investigated? What's your favorite places to investigate?
I have a new favorite place now, though. Honestly, I liked McPike. Um, we had a new old group member rejoin the group. Okay, and she was Yvonne. You all are going to see her in the investigation, Yvonne. Okay, and everybody knows that I normally do the Estes method. Okay, but that what happened to Vicky?
Nothing. I'm right here. I
Oh,
went like this,
you went like
waving at
that and you were
everybody. I
stopped.
just realized, no, I'd be
I thought
saying,
you were. I thought you were your computer was going dead or something. You're like, bye everybody, and then you just froze. Because we switched roles, Yvonne and I. I asked the questions, and then she was the one who was without sight, without sound, and I really liked the one being the one asking the questions, and um, not that a lot necessarily happened, but everybody will see in the the reveal that it was really kind of fascinating. Um, every time I've ever done the Estes, I don't think I've ever gotten that much confirmation, I guess is the word I'm looking for, as to what I'm asking, you know. Um, but yes, the investigation in West Plains is probably still one of my more favorite ones simply because of the findings. But
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say mine is still the cabin. It's a place we call the cabin. It's a personal residence, which they want to stay anonymous. But the person who lives there is a lot like you, John. Really nice guy, really friendly, and it's always a good time when we go to investigate, even if we come up with nothing, which I don't think we really have, but
Yeah.
come up with nothing, but still.
oh, remember the camera moved.
Yeah, the camera moved. If I wouldn't have been looking at a doll so hard through a camera, you would have seen some really good K2
Yeah.
responses. We had a a horse came around the back of a truck while we were going through a field to the force and scared one of our members really bad. That was hilarious.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes, it
it feels very like you're at home. It doesn't feel like you're out being intrusive or in
does.
an awkward position. So
When y'all are on location doing your investigation, start the film stuff, do y'all ever have any things that not go right, work out right for you? Through
Like
yes.
every investigation, there's always something doesn't go right.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, we're like, see, or you make a mistake and I'm thinking, oh my God, it's broke. And Liz knows what I'm talking about. And then find out, no, it isn't. You've made a mistake, Vicky.
If we had a camera going while we were setting up, we would have blooper reels.
that's why I was getting ready to ask you. Y'all want to make a blooper video?
Well,
We
quite
no,
honestly,
we have considered doing it, like
yes.
because here's the thing. We say it all the time. Like everybody has this whimsical idea in their head of what investigations really are. They don't see that, no, we are humans who are just doing, a hobby, so to speak, and
Yeah.
that there's a lot of nitty gritty work behind it all, and things go wrong. It
Yeah.
Oh,
goes
yeah.
wrong.
And when we're setting up cameras, there is countless video of our butts. Like,
Oh, yes. Conversations take
like
place and we bust out laughing. And of course, we're not recording, but yeah. Well, cameras are, but I mean, we weren't investigating recording material that way. We're just setting cameras up and stuff. Yeah.
yeah. Do
We've
you
had
ever
our
have
share.
that, John?
We do every once in a while. There for a while when we went to the big cemetery, we have all kinds of crazy stuff going on.
Yeah.
The camera wouldn't work right there for a while. Every time I went live, it'll stop. I'll go live again, it'll stop. Then we was at that one grave. My truck lights would come on and off. The dash lights will just come on. And I say, "Will you please leave my truck alone?" And they'll cut it off. Then they'll pop back on. I said, "Well, you better leave my truck alone," and it will cut my lights back off.
Yep.
It's weird.
Then about
So
2 days, I had to buy a battery for my truck.
we did an investigation at one of the members' ex-husband's house, and we were actually in where we set up at, not expecting anything, and had the most activity of the night there.
Yeah.
We had to grab a camera real quick, and Vicky was asking questions, and it was
Yeah.
you could see all of our
No, I
equipment.
had, if you, are you talking about when we was packing up, Reuben?
Yeah, so Vicky does this thing where she'll set up a whole table with all the equipment in specific places.
Yeah.
And we had all of our equipment across this table. You can see it. And we've got a K2 and another device that are just going off every time she's asking a question.
Well, if you remember right, you and I, before we started packing up, we had went over in the big building, and I started asking questions and things. And as I got ready to leave, I asked if it was lonesome, and it said yes. So I told it we was going over to the smaller building. He was more than welcome to come. And all of a sudden, stuff started reacting on the table when we got over there. So we sat down, started recording, and I asked it, "Is this the guy that was over at the shop that I invited to come?" And it went off, yes, and it would be like two K2s going off at the same time at
Yeah.
different places. We kept trying to see if other equipment was messing with it and stuff. And yeah, it was interesting. But yeah, we had some different things happen off and on during, but the blooper reels, we had to sit down. I mean, some stuff. I
Yeah.
mean, Liz would go to record and it wouldn't be 2 minutes in, I might get 5, 6 words out. Up, the battery's gonna die. We'd have to go through all of it, set it back up, and things. But that's just how things goes.
There
That's
would be a lot of video of us going, "Where's Steve? Where's Steve?"
Yeah, where'd
There's a
Steve
lot of that. Where's Steve
at?
go?
Yeah, where'd Steve go? Yeah,
Yeah, because he wanders off, and we're just like, "Where is that guy?"
He's an explorer. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yes,
So like
yes,
before we even get a chance to even finish setting up, he's already gone looking around. You know,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
it's cool though. I mean, I like to do that too, but he's
Well, it's
funny.
just the only thing it concerns me if we're in any place that we haven't been before. If something would happen and he'd get far enough off, it'd be hard for us to figure out where the heck he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no
You
idea
know,
where he's at.
he just likes to go. He gets some really interesting pictures sometimes
Yeah.
too when walking around and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah,
Uh,
and
Hey,
so does
Kenny.
Jesse. Jesse gets some really good pictures. I don't know what his deal is, if he's got a sense for it or something, but he gets
He
some good
goes
pictures.
in and he sits down when he's investigating. He'll sit down until he feels something and then he'll start taking pictures
yeah.
and things.
Thank
So,
you.
Oh,
Uh,
hey, Joe.
yeah.
what What is some of the places y'all would like to investigate? Like, do y'all do cemeteries or y'all just do private locations or?
Well, we've done some cemeteries, and when we investigated at Windyville, we went to that cemetery. Um, we went to had a picnic one time in a cemetery, didn't we, guys?
We had a what in the
Yeah,
cemetery?
That was
Sorry.
that.
a Victorian picnic or whatever it's called.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah, we
yeah,
did it with John. Yeah.
yeah.
that was pretty fun. We got to do that again because that was very interesting.
Yep,
I thought it was just fun, just kind of going back and forth and stuff, you know.
Yeah,
yep. I think it was good.
we had
It was different.
we had our Phasma box going, and it said some crazy stuff on that thing.
As
And
long as it don't tell you to run, you're good.
Run. Run now, John. Run.
now I want to do a nighttime picnic in the cemetery or sleep over in the cemetery. That would be pretty fun. Be a little wild.
We'd probably end up being shot at around where we're at.
Yep.
You know, have you heard of many groups sleeping where they investigate? Because a lot of the Airbnbs we do, we sleep in them.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't. I don't
Yeah.
know. I ain't never heard too many people doing a lot of where they're doing that, but I would like to try to do sleep in a haunted place like that one time because
Mhm.
I never had that experience. I mean, the houses that we lived in when we was young, little, it was kind of haunted because my grandparents and stuff like that. But
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
When we went to this GGH, we had an issue before we even left. We had thought, okay, we found a great Airbnb to stay at up there because we was going to stay a couple of nights, and we found the first police precinct built in St. Louis. And I wasn't it 1860 something, Liz, or something. It was
Yeah.
built something like that,
Yeah.
and it was now an Airbnb. So we rented it. And a couple of 3 days prior to us having to leave to go up there, they just all of a sudden canceled.
After
And
we already
it,
paid and everything.
yeah, we had already paid and everything. And Liz was like, "Well, you better give me my money back," you know.
I was
But
all over that.
we ended up working it out. I mean, but if we would have stayed in there, that would have been, I think we would have gotten some stuff in there because of what it was. I mean, you figure first police precinct built in the 1860s, it had a lot of history. So, but
Is
we
there
ended up not staying there.
is there a difference between a cemetery and a graveyard?
A graveyard has a church.
Oh,
Oh. I would say a graveyard then.
one of the
Wild man.
places One of the places we stayed overnight was last year's CGH at the morgue, and I actually got jump startled because we went to go to sleep and Jesse turned on his music without warning anyone, and I was like, "Wow, what is that?"
And keep in mind, there's no bedrooms. Like, it was a one room thing, so we all were
bedroom. Yeah,
camped out there.
Yeah, definitely. We're a family. We live in close quarters when we're doing investigations.
yeah.
But yeah, it startled me.
We hear each other snore and the whole 9 yards.
Sometimes on the investigation.
Yeah.
Have you ever done an investigation at night and you just cannot hold your eyes open? It's like you just want to fall asleep.
All the time. And
Yeah.
like Ruben was referring to, Stephen actually did fall asleep on one of our GGHs. And we didn't know what had happened. And Vicki and I were in a room doing, I think it was the coin and rods or something. I can't remember what we were doing. But
Yeah.
all of a sudden we hear this.
I was hearing a noise and I was like, what? What is that, Ruben? I said, what is that? Is that someone snoring? And he's like, Ruben's trying to be nice.
So not going to rat out the person, though. He was not going to say who it was.
Yeah. But we took it as long as we could. I mean, because it was starting to get a little louder. And we was like, okay, we got to stop this. And I think that's even what Liz said. We were like, Stephen, bud, you got to, wake up. But the poor guy had been going since early in the morning. I think he said he got up like 3:30 in the morning. And at this time, it was like 1:30 in the morning. So he'd been up almost 24 hours. And he was sitting down while Ruben was filming Liz and I, and sat down too long and fell asleep is what happened.
In all fairness, if you didn't want to hear him snore, you should have moved that fainting couch out of that hallway. So, that was on you.
Yeah.
Or what? I think that's what they called them, right, Vicki?
What?
The little couches in the old houses.
Yes. Yeah.
So, they must have fainted a lot, like.
Have y'all ever had something that happened on location that you cannot explain, such as evidence? Like you tried everything you can think of to get it.
Ruben,
Mr.
So I can't prove this, so I didn't mention it while I was filming. But in the same place that Jesse later that night scared the crud out of me with his music, I actually got touched on the hand 3 times. The first time I thought, oh, it must be the lid of this camcorder I'm holding. So I grabbed it, and then I got touched twice more. So I didn't mention it because I'm like, well, that's just me feeling it. I can't prove it. But Vicky's like, well, you should have said something we could have investigated in some manner, like, because she was doing a rod session. I didn't even think about her saying, hey, who's touching my guy over here,
Yeah. So. Yep. But we've had, we was doing a residential in West Plains, Missouri, and Liz had found something. And when Ruben was recording me, I was getting ready to do a rod session. This black, it had a form to it, but it was solid black. It wasn't transparent. It just moved right in front, and then it like turned towards the camera and took a step, and it completely covered me at one point. You couldn't even see me at all, and then shot off back the way it came. And it kind of had an older man appearance. Am I wrong, guys, on that? Like a silhouette type of thing when it was.
Seemed like he was even kind of hunched over, and he had like a sharp nose silhouette, like Old English almost.
Right.
And that was in the same room I got told to get out for the first time, which I was
Yes, I never laughed so hard. We caught that on the audio of our camera that we had set up in the room. And I was watching it, and Ruben just barely steps in the room, and it sounded like to me a kid, get out. You know how if you have a sibling that just walks in the room all the time and you're like, get out. I've heard that so much with my kids. And I laughed so hard, and
This,
I said, "Ruben, you was told to get out."
except this was a grown man's voice, so if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken,
yeah, but the way he said it,
the
I
way
mean,
it
he
came
was
out.
immediate. It was immediate. Ruben took a step in the room, and it was immediately, get out. And
and I,
it
of
was
course,
hilarious.
didn't notice it, so I just went bumbling on in there,
Yeah.
sat down.
I think you was working the spirit box then, weren't you?
The Yeah, it's just, I was gonna say it's the radio thing, the
Mhm,
spirit box. Yeah.
mhm.
The radio thing.
Well, sometimes you just forget because I wanted to call it an SB7, but I don't know that that's the model of it.
Yeah, it's
So
an SB7.
okay, so I was working the spirit box 7, and so I was just kind of walking around this house because I'm not somebody who feels things, but this house kind of like had a heavy feeling to me, and I'm like trying to get to the bottom of it, and I just walked into that room because it felt the heaviest, and I sat on the bed after getting told to get out and just hung out and asked questions.
Mhm.
I think one thing though that we did discover about that particular room though, it was an older house where the fuse box actually was on the outside of the house by the front door, and the breaker panel box was just on the other side of that wall in that bedroom. It had a very, very high EMF field in that room,
Mhm.
especially where the head of her bed was, which is right under that box.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And then there's the mass that Liz caught on the camera
Yeah.
that is like, it was during the day while we were setting up, I think, wasn't it?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
It was daytime.
so
Yeah, it
it
was
was like
daylight
really
now.
bright, and then we've got this object, and we can just not debunk it at all.
Yeah. Yeah. I hadn't been on here in a while, y'all. This is what about my third, fourth time being on started back my shows.
Yeah, that's Andrea from Abyss.
Yeah.
That's saying hi.
I just hadn't been on. This is probably what my third or fourth show I did since a while back.
It's been quite a while. Yeah.
Yeah. We just had a lot of problems here, and like I said, Barnaby had passed away in first part of July and stuff, and
Hmm.
I just took time off.
Yeah, it's so sad.
It is sad.
What's y'all's favorite piece of equipment? If you can just have to reach in your bag or box or whatever, and one thing you hope to get without trying to fill around, you just hope you reach in there and pull it out. What would y'all would like to try to get? If you like to run to the investigation real quick, just start investigating.
I favor the K2 because it's something I can set down and feel like I'm getting. If I get a result, I can feel more secure with it than uh, like other methods. Sometimes I feel like there's human input on it, and I worry about that.
Yeah.
Andrea says her digital camera.
I was going to say either a camera or my phone, if worse come to worse, to take
Yeah.
picture.
Have
I
y'all?
would think you'd say rods. I'm sorry, John. Didn't mean to interrupt you.
What about? Did y'all ever get a gizmo doll?
Yes. We haven't had them go off though.
Yeah, it'll take some time for them to go off. Believe me.
When you do, look out.
We didn't.
You have to say no freaking way. It'll set the mood for it.
Yeah.
We'll be
It's
like
like
doing
I
it in
said
your.
to John last night. Pops, the first words out of his mouth while John was no freaking way. He said, I told you, John, there was something there.
Yeah, it was just one of those things. My dad don't think I believe him, but I know I believe him, because it was just one of those. We're at an area that says it's haunted, so I gotta believe something is in there, and all the stuff that we had happen at the bridge, it's obvious, getting touched and pinched and everything else.
Didn't you get something on the SLS up there at one point?
Yeah, we got a stick figure that was laying on the road at one time, and
Trying
then
to get up.
yeah,
Couldn't.
Hmm.
yeah. Then we had it something there was standing there beside a Gizmo one night and had his hand touching Gizmo, and that was weird.
He's like, dare me to do it again?
We didn't bring Gizmo on this or we might have, but we didn't use him this investigation
Yeah.
though. Come to think of it, we probably could have.
It's just one of those items that you got to work with and get the spirits a little more used
Yeah.
to it, because we bought ours like 10 months before we even got to go off, and finally at the bridge they just found out that it wasn't going to hurt them, and they started messing with it then.
I'm gonna say, a lot of these entities that we are working with, a lot of them come from a different period of time, and therefore noisemakers, toys in general might even just be a scary especially one that looks like a gremlin,
Yeah.
or an alligator doll, or you know what I mean, anything like that. So,
Yeah.
speaking
Maybe
of
we could
which,
get a top.
Owl Investigator is out of commission, so we won't be seeing him for a while.
Have to get to it, Reuben. You're slacking.
I broke him when I was going to pack him. I broke him. The poor little guy, he didn't have a chance. I didn't have time to solder him back together and restuff him. So it was like, oh, we're just going to have to go without him.
Yep.
If y'all had a place that y'all could go and it's already done paid for, you just gotta hop on the plane, travel's all paid for, where would y'all like to go to?
Ireland.
One of those old castles in anywhere in Europe. Like, I don't know if I would want to investigate the Stonehenge, because I mean it's so open it would be noise interference, but any one of the old castles in Europe.
Yeah.
I have always felt I needed to investigate the Bell Witch in Tennessee, but
Yeah.
I don't know that I'll ever be able to. But I just discovered there is a huge insane asylum about 2 hours away from us that I knew nothing about.
Yeah.
And we can rent it, but it's on a big compound, several different buildings and stuff. So it's just a matter of money on that, and you can even sleep there.
And
So,
someone said, let's get John a Chucky doll.
Yeah, I'll put on there
yes,
to sender.
yeah, yeah. Didn't
You open
someone
that
give
up,
you
it'd be
one,
back.
Jonathan, and you got rid of it?
I can't remember what kind of doll I had. I didn't ever had a Chucky doll.
Oh, okay.
I did have the Raggedy Ann doll, but it was Raggedy Andy doll, the boy doll, when I was little bitty.
I was thinking maybe it was somebody else that their brother got him one and
Yeah.
tried to scare him with it and stuff.
I don't fool with
It's
dolls.
probably somebody else that I heard on that, because there's several people. It's not just you that does not like Chucky. I went to a wedding several years back on Halloween, and it was the bride of Chucky. She was the bride of Chucky, and he dressed like Chucky.
Yeah.
And that was definitely, and on top of all of that, it was a biker wedding. So we had the combination going on there,
Yeah. I don't like any kind of dolls, and I don't even like watch horror movies or nothing like that. I don't
Mhm.
even invite my cousin Michael Myers to come. So
I love the Halloween movies. I mean, like anything though, I mean, they get to a point where they've made too many, but
yeah,
Yeah.
you know, um, just like Rocky.
Yeah.
Like, when are they going to stop?
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
I think they pretty much have now.
You know,
Oh, you jinxed it.
Dina mentioned one of the places she'd like to go. I'm thinking I'm going to change my. I'd like to go there. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. Poveglia Island in Venice.
Oh,
It's
okay.
the quarantine island from for
Leprosy,
oh my god, not leprosy,
The
plague,
plague,
the lung disease, guys,
Spanish flu.
TB, TB.
tuberculosis.
Yeah.
Ah, there you go. We get to it.
Mhm.
It's been
Well,
some bad
plague.
stuff. We're going to be like
I'll
COVID.
take 300 for tuberculosis.
Yeah. Bad stuff in history for 300.
Yeah.
But I think it would be neat to investigate some place where they had the plague or the Spanish
Well, no,
flu, and you
my
could
luck
see a
it'd
test.
flare up.
I was wrong. It was the plague. It wasn't tuberculosis. My bad.
Yeah.
I want
Haha!
I want to go to the Hellfire Caves where I want to go.
Oh,
Where is
that,
that at?
Yes,
It's over
they
in
kind
England
of.
somewhere.
I was gonna say they're kind of all over Europe, aren't they? If I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken, they have several
It's,
locations.
there's like tunnels underground and stuff. It's like a whole nother city and stuff.
well,
I think
That's
if we're
wasn't it
going,
a secret
that's when the
society? Wasn't it?
yeah, that's when the plague was going around
Mm-hmm.
back in
if
the
we're,
day.
we're going like all out access to the world, I would want to investigate the pyramids.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inside, I'm going out and walking around in the sand and the heat's not my
No,
thing.
no, in the king's chamber, queen's chamber, whatever it's called, that kind of
Mhm.
stuff.
Yeah.
That'd
Yeah.
be cool.
John, what were you gonna say though? Why did you want to? Why are you interested in Hellfire Caves though?
Oh, I just want to go check it out. I've seen it on
When you
TV
go,
once.
right, me too. That's how I know about it. I had no idea about it before then. When you go over to England, do you plan on going to one of the locations?
I don't know. I know we're going to the Stonehenge and we're going to a few of the castles there.
Gotcha.
So
Yvonne, that's in our group, after our group disbanded, somewhere along the line, her and her husband started traveling and they went to Stonehenge and they are one of the last couples that was allowed to go inside
yeah,
of it. And she's got all kinds of pictures and stuff. And she speaks Spanish and she's learning German and just all kinds of stuff. So
yeah.
yeah, she's traveled. She goes to Ecuador a lot. I know that. So she's traveled and she's seen a lot. So when it comes to Stonehenge, she probably got some pictures and stuff of them. So you'll have to get them too.
Yeah. Me and my cousin's going to do some investigating with the Spirit Brothers UK. That's where we're going to hang out with. Uh, we're actually going to get us a little uh, apartment area that's for rent there for 9 days, and we're going to stay there. We're going to investigate. We're going to do some live shows, and then the rest of the time we're just going to hang out with the family and stuff like that, and chill out and do some fellowship and stuff like that, and maybe meet a few other UK YouTubers while we're there.
Yeah. There's quite a few over there.
Yeah,
Wild Man mentioned Stoll, Kansas as an evil place, so I looked it up because Kansas is not far from us. It says it is an unincorporated community in Douglas County known for its abandoned cemetery and the surrounding paranormal legends, including claims of it being a gateway to hell. The community was founded in 1857 as Deer Creek and later renamed for its postmaster, Sylvester Stoll. Despite its historical roots, Stoll is now primarily recognized for the spooky tales and alleged supernatural activity at its cemetery and the ruins of its former church.
That might
Throwing
not
that
be.
out there, Vicky.
Huh?
Just throwing that out there, Vicky.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know how far that away is from us, but
I'm looking at the map now.
I wonder if there's anything in Canada that would be interesting to investigate.
night, Andrea.
I
Guess she's got to go to work in the morning.
Ruben, you are kidding, right? Like, the guy who created Global Ghost Hunt is from Canada, and you're asking if there's any interesting places to investigate in Canada.
I mean, like northern Canada, like where it's like stupid cold. Like, I wonder if there'd be something interesting to investigate, like way far north.
Well, I'm sure Brian would tell you you can go up there and look, Ruben. I
Not this guy.
honestly do not know what part. It seems like I should, because he's talked about it before. What part he lives in.
I mean, because they've made some really, and I know it's Hollywood fiction or whatever, but they've made some really scary movies about like being on the South Pole and being attacked by monsters and stuff. You know, you got to wonder if like places that people really don't go much, if there's anything going on.
Stoll, Kansas is just east of Topeka, after Lawrence.
Well, it's between us and Topeka then.
Yep.
I was trying to remember. I think it took me 2.5 or 3 hours to get to Topeka from me. I think.
Topeka's kind of in the center of the state.
Yeah. We went there. I went there one time. It's been several years back. And I'm thinking it took about 3 hours, something like that. Um, had an aunt years and years ago that lived there, Topeka. But John, not to kind of change the subject, but when we was up there, we met up with Dina, and it was interesting.
Yeah.
She had a good time, and I think by the time she realized how we really were, she was like, "I've got to get the heck out of here." But no, I was really happy to see her because her and I have been YouTube friends for about 5 years,
Yeah.
if not 5 years. It's right there, real close, one
Yeah.
or the other.
Yeah, and Liz witnessed a shooting while up there.
Okay, so
By the way, guys, I heard on because where I had typed in on my phone, you know how stuff gets picked up. There was a guy shot and killed about a block. It'd be east or west of where we stayed. Shot and killed last Friday. There,
Yeah.
yeah.
okay, I'm looking at Stoll some more, guys. There's 3 churches and 2 houses and a big cemetery.
Okay, enough room for all of us.
That's the town. And the churches are lined up. 1 church, 2nd church, 3rd church. Then there's an old store that's closed, and then 2 houses, and that's the end of the town.
So we could investigate the entire town, like
By looking down the road.
there
Kind of
was
like that
some.
old town that we hunted down on the way to West Plains.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, we went way out of the way for that. I think it had what, 3 houses and 4 houses and a church or something like that. And that
was
was
a
it.
weird place.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get
And
the
main
feeling that
highway just
outsiders aren't.
dead ended right there in town.
Mhm.
The main highway just dead ended. Hey, Jason.
What is some of the investigations that stick out in your mind that you wouldn't want to go back to, or if it gave you a little bit?
I don't have one. I It doesn't scare me.
Yeah.
And people talk about evil entities and all this other stuff, whatever. I think a lot of things that people fail to realize is that most, I'm not saying all, because I don't know everything, so I can't definitively say that. But not everything is evil. Not everything is demons. It's just things that we don't understand or know.
Yeah.
And so I always think of it that way too. If anything actually scares me, I'd be surprised. But one time I was startled, and so I'll chalk that one up. I thought somebody was behind me, and it kind of startled me. But other than that, I'm not scared of it. I don't get scared, and so there's no place I would never go back to for sure.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I
I
would.
go back to places just to see if it happened again.
Hmm.
That would be my line of thought on this. Okay, I'm going to be a little bit better prepared, and I'm going to see if this happens again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would not want to go back to Windyville simply because of the people that are alive, not really any spirits.
Yeah.
It just
There's
didn't
no
feel safe there.
question there. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just it you get the feeling like people driving by are like, I don't know. It's not safe feeling.
Well, we ended up not. What on earth was that about, Liz?
Nothing.
Oh,
I have
okay.
I have animals.
Oh, okay. Someone has the zoomies too. Do you need my fly swatter, girl? No.
I'm about to. They knocked a picture down.
But no, a lot of it's anger stuff,
Yeah.
uh, things like that. I can't. I've lost my train of thought of what we was talking about. Honest,
Sorry.
see,
Where is
John.
there a place that you would not go back to?
Well, yeah, it's not a matter of not going back. Like I said, I'd probably go back intentionally just to see if it happened again. Make sure I was more prepared, where I could catch something, or it just depend on what it was, you
Yeah.
know.
I
Somebody just said they'd like to go to Jamestown, Virginia.
I was just getting ready to respond to that. So Windy Girl, like I was looking that up, and because I didn't know what is Jamestown, Virginia, the first settlement, Jamestown, because I feel like that would have been in Pennsylvania, but I'm not 100% sure. With that being said, though, they can't tell. They can probably tell you can't come in and investigate the whole town, but nobody can say that you can't walk around and have a camera going or stay at
Stay
an
on the street.
Airbnb.
Stay on the street. Yeah.
Exactly. So,
Mhm.
nobody can say anything, especially if you're just filming or taking pictures. Nobody said it was paranormal. I'm a tourist. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
There's ways to get around that, girl. I would do it.
I don't know if you guys have seen it, but we've got that Missouri town that's been a town that was put together with some old buildings to keep them from being tore down. So they moved them and formed a town, and it's called Missouri Town.
Hmm.
And somebody threw when I went up to Fort Osage Ford about a month ago, we had thought about going by Missouri Town. Wasn't too far from there. It's like 20 minutes or so. Um, I was reading about a week ago that they have started having paranormal experiences in some of the houses there. And they
Like what
said they
kind of
had never, huh?
like paranormal ceremonial things?
Paranormal things.
Oh,
Yeah. And they said they didn't realize it until somebody started pointing some stuff out to them. And then people started paying more attention to what was going on. And I could see it because some of these houses are really, really old, and they was just going to tear them down because they wanted the land, so they moved them. Got a
What's that?
cow? Yeah. Look like they're moving real slow. Yeah.
I'm just showing images of Missouri Town while you talk about it. Go ahead.
Well, when they very first built that, my oldest daughter was about 3, 2, 3, somewhere in there. And we took her there, and they had a petting zoo, and they had a cow and a goat and all this stuff. But the cow was behind a fence. Well, she loved the goats, the baby goats, and she was standing by this fence and just loving on this goat. And the cow couldn't get to her because of the fencing was, I don't know, it was like 3-inch wire fencing, but it stuck its tongue through there and grabbed a hold of her dress and was pulling on her. She went to screaming, "Don't eat me! Don't eat me!" And she had a very traumatic experience. But once she realized the cow was just trying, he was trying to touch her. He wanted her attention, but she was so busy with the goat, you know. But once she realized he wasn't trying to eat her, I said, "Stormy, you can't fit through that wire right there. You know, he's just trying to get your attention so you'll pet him." So,
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
John, have you? I think you have, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Have you been like filming or investigating or something, and you're just like walking around doing your thing, and then you get back and review your footage, and you're like, "Holy moly, how did I just walk past that and not see it?"
There's a few times I have done that, but I don't go back right at the time. I wait about a week or two before I go back over my footage that I've do because I don't want to be too fresh in my brain. So I just waited a couple of weeks, and then I'll start going back over certain places that I investigated.
I
That's
noticed
what I
there
do.
for a while with John, especially when he was on the bridge,
Yeah,
he would set a camera up and then he'd say, "Okay, I'm going down here." And he was going to set another camera up or something. And just as he'd get down there, something would happen up there.
yeah,
He'd beeline it back up to the camera, and by the time he'd get up there, it was done.
yeah.
And
That
that
was
has happened to us too. But
we. I set the gizmo up on the bridge, and I put the little cat toy right in between his leg right there. I'll turn my camera out at the recliner, getting ready to walk towards the recliner. And as soon as I got halfway across the bridge away from the camera, something had hit the cat toy, banged it on the ground, and set the gizmo off. And here
Whoa!
it hit so hard that it broke the cat toy or something. I
it,
can't remember.
it hit so hard I thought it did, but it never did break it. I
Okay.
mean, it just like somebody shot it out of a cannon on asphalt. And that's
I
how.
would, Penny.
Hmm.
He wants to know if we'd go to Eastern State Penitentiary to investigate. Yeah, if they would pay my way.
That's true too. I have
The
money.
problem
I
is
would
having
go.
the money to get into places that
Yeah.
Not to
are,
mention the travel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand they've got to upkeep and they've got to try to make it where it's safe and everything. Man, some of these get pretty pricey pretty quick.
Yeah, price gouging's going on there. They'll say, "Well, so and so gets this, so I can get this." The Missouri State Pen, I guess, for some of the stuff that you can do in there is expensive. I would love to go, but it's expensive. But I have heard, and everybody says this, there is the gas chambers there. And I believe Missouri is the first one that ever sent a woman to the gas chambers, if
I
I
think
remember
so.
correctly.
And she went with her boyfriend or whatever for kidnapping that kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there is a sidewalk from the prison to the gas chambers. And I was told that just walking on there, you can hear people crying and people's feet scuffling and just all kinds of different stuff just on that sidewalk going to the gas chamber.
Yeah.
And they said you get inside and you get sick to your stomach sometimes. Sometimes you get headaches. Uh, you hear crying and things like that and sadness. And I can imagine being in there having that going on, you know. Um,
Tim,
but like I said, once again, it's expensive, guys.
Timmy asked, wasn't that Missouri town about the bully that was killed, but no one was convicted, although there were 40
No,
witnesses.
that's Skidmore, Missouri. That's north of Kansas City, quite a bit north of Kansas City. Matter of fact, I know a kid that lives there. He's a YouTuber,
I don't
but
even know what this is about.
he was a bully, and it was a man. And I think at one time he used to be the sheriff, and then he quit. But he paid sheriff off, and he could just do anything. I mean, he'd literally beat the crap out of people and just all kinds of stuff. And it got to the point everybody, the whole town was like, we got to do something. So all of a sudden, he ended up being shot in the middle of town, right in broad daylight. Sheriff got there, and everybody was like, we didn't see nothing. And that's how it's been pretty much.
Well, I
What
mean,
town
yeah,
was what town was that though, Vicky?
Skidmore, Skidmore, Missouri. Yep, it's Skidmore, Missouri, just like it sounds. Skidmore.
Um, what's it like being in a paranormal group? When y'all go to the store and y'all have like a shirt on says you paranormal group, do people stop and ask and talk to you, see what, like they look at you a little weird or something? Other? I do it all the time.
I don't wear my stuff out in public simply because of where we live.
She's
Um,
ashamed of us.
I'm it's true though. I mean, it's very much. If you wear something like that out in public here or whatever, you'd probably be hunted down by um, others. And but people I work
Called
with,
a witch, you name it. Yeah.
yep. But people at my work know about what I do, and a lot of them come to me and just talk to me about things that are happening. They said that they might consider having us come out and do an investigation because they got things happening. They don't know what it is, or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's not like I think once people get to know who we are as people, that's really irrelevant. It's just another piece of us, but it doesn't define who we are.
Hmm.
But we don't get like recognition out in public. We're not like, anything like that. But I also don't wear my stuff out either. And so,
I've been known off and on maybe to wear something, but something we have kind of gotten away from, and something we need to do. We need to design more cards. I think it's time for a design change. We have business cards. Every time I go eat at a restaurant, I'll
we
leave
leave
I'll
cards.
leave a tip, I'll leave a card. Um, if I go to a store, pay for something, I'll slip a card on the counter, that kind of thing. I think the most comical experience I had was when I was doing physical therapy. I decided, remember the black lace jacket we made? I decided just for the heck of it, because I wore tank tops and stuff, and I like to be covered a little bit on my arms and things. And so I slipped this jacket on, and on the back I had ghosts and things. And it led to a conversation before it was over with. These people was all standing around asking me questions about the group and stuff.
And that's usually what happens. If we bring it up anywhere, it's like people are genuinely interested in what they don't understand or know. But I
Right.
think a lot of people are afraid to say things or whatever simply because of where we live. It's very
And
looked
what
down
other
upon.
people's going to do or say to
It's
them. Yeah.
evil to everybody else. It's evil. It's just always
Yes.
evil.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I've always kept it close to my vest because of the same reason Liz is talking about. But I recently told somebody who works at a school, and I won't say in what capacity or what they do, but and they're like, "Hey, check out this video," and they sent me a video
Yeah.
of one of the lockers at the school with a lock that's moving on its own.
Literally.
Yeah.
Look,
Claimed the room was haunted and stuff that it was in. Yeah.
people are genuinely interested. They're just scared.
Yeah.
And they
And
don't
they're
I don't think
afraid
a
of
lot of
what
people
people
know
are going
what
to
could
say
happen.
about them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think your environment would be more welcoming or about the same, John?
Here I don't care if they think I'm crazy or not. I just go out, wear my crossover shirt, I do get stopped at a gas station every time, pump gas in the car, truck, and people does talk to me about it. And
Yeah.
I say, "Well, do you want to go?" No, that's good. So
You can have at it.
yeah, so a lot of people they do want to watch it, but if you ask them, and they don't believe you, but then they will say, then you'll ask them if they want to go out with you one night, and you'll take them out and let them get the experience, and they'd be like, "No, that's fine."
Yeah.
And they just stand there telling me I was doing everything wrong, but they don't believe it themselves. I mean, if you don't believe it, don't judge me about it. You
But
got to
you
you
have
got to
some
try it
people
first.
scared of it. Just like Bonnie that came in your show last night. She
Yeah,
said, if you was chasing ghosts tonight, John, I wouldn't be here.
yeah,
He was sitting and talking to his dad last night on the front
yeah.
porch and stuff. So
We had a good little turnout last night. It was pretty good.
yeah, you did.
I was actually planning to go to the woods and investigate, but the thing was, I forgot the battery for my speaker to hook up to because it's got to have a battery source, and then I forgot to have batteries in my spirit box because they was dead at 4 o'clock. So I
Yeah.
just said we just do this. And Gizmo, he said he didn't want to be seen on camera that much last night, so he stayed.
Shy.
Is he having a bad hair day?
Yeah.
Like he's like I'm not ready for my public.
Uh,
Yeah. His
we
words
had
said
we
the
had a
show was
similar
no way.
problem on this last investigation as a battery problem. We put a camera down inside this room, and we couldn't transmit from it because it's so far into the ground.
yeah.
And so we set up a camera, and I went back just a little bit later, and it was just dead and just done.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
And it sucks because it was reportedly the most active spot in the whole house,
yeah.
Right.
and it had no camera
So
on
we
it.
never we didn't get anything from down there.
Ruben didn't even
Actually,
look.
was
You
it
know
in
he
the
didn't even
wine
look
cellar
yet.
part?
huh?
It was in the wine cellar part, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm doing like John and waiting a little bit, so my brain is is fresh for the review. That's gonna be what I tell you guys now.
I was
And
gonna
you're
say,
like, did you get that done?
Ruben has not looked at anything yet. You know he hasn't.
Okay, well, in fairness, Vicky has that card.
Oh,
Has what?
you have
You
that
have the
evidence, he says.
camera with the card in it, so
Oh, you used the new camera on that? I didn't know that.
yeah,
Okay. All
yep.
right. I'll have to check that out. I know down there, Daryl said that he felt something in that boiler room and stuff too. But I think we only had one camera down there, didn't we?
We didn't
Oh,
have
that
enough
room gave
cameras
me
to
the
go to
willy.
each one for sure. Ruben also felt the same thing. He didn't like that boiler room.
I
And
went in to get the grid thingy.
Mm-hmm.
I grabbed that sucker and got the heck out. It gave me the willies. It was like when you're a kid and you're running up the stairs from the basement. It was that kind of feeling.
Yeah.
yeah.
I didn't care for that room.
Well, Daryl came out and was saying he felt like he was being watched majorly down there. He kept kind of looking around to see if he seen anything, but he said he didn't. So
Uh, so tell us a little bit about the global ghost hunt. How long have y'all been doing the global ghost hunt now?
since it started, we've done every one that they've done. The one we just recorded um, was the fifth one.
Okay.
I was gonna say, how many has it been? It's been a minute.
Yeah, there's two a year until this year, and they only did once
Yeah.
this year. So we've done this one we just recorded was the fifth one,
Okay.
and this year they're going to be showing. I think the last I heard they had like 20 teams, and
Okay.
that's been quite a while ago.
Yeah.
woo!
Um, but they're going to start showing on the 16th of October through the 26th. Now, we haven't been, I asked Matt here the other night, and he said they have not started scheduling people to
Yeah.
their actual times and things. But as soon as we get it, well, I think we're going to get a small video advertisement of it and things. But yeah, it it's been interesting, and we have done a lot. Now, some of the places that we've went to, we did with the fact that they need donations to get these places fixed up, and things. And McPike is one of them. And beautiful old buildings with lots of history. And so we go and we investigate them. Now, some of them was like the Airbnb morgue. We wanted to see what that was about and how interesting. There was a lot of history there, but they didn't need donations for, it kind of got them out there that they're there. And if you wanted to do something like this, here you go. You can come and stay the night and see what happens. But we did places like, well, we did Windyville, and we did the Kendricks House, which is Civil War house in Carthage, Missouri.
The Ball Mansion.
And that was the third one. That was in Webb City. And the fourth one was the Airbnb last fall we did, and that was in Ozark, Missouri. Now, this one we went just over the edge of Missouri and into Illinois, and we did McPike Mansion in Illinois. And this guy, Liz, knows a little bit of history about Mr. McPike, and she can probably tell you a little bit about it. But we don't want to get too carried away because the show hasn't been released yet.
Oh, you're fine. We ain't gonna get into the deep details yet, but
Yeah.
And the GGH is really fun. But it is different because, I mean, we still set up like normal,
yeah.
but then you got to remember to film. Like, you got to film
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
you're
And when
doing.
we first started doing it, we felt so awkward because we weren't used to
being on the set.
going to see this,
It was very much like, we are now entering the left room where Vicky is sitting with her rods. What say you, Vicky?
It was very awkward, And then we had things happen, like I was speaking so low, and I was sitting in a room where there was coolers kicking off and on, and when you just couldn't hear me.
Yeah.
See my mouth moving, and that was, about it.
So then we got mics for the next one.
Yep.
So when we're doing these things and we're going from room to room, we're all like, who's clipped? And we're just like trying to hand off our mics to whoever's supposed to be talking. And when we did the Estes this time, and like I'm sitting there going, man, I've got to remember to stitch these cameras together. But then I was like, wait a minute, I've got a mic on each one of them. I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
I just need to say real quick, thank you, Wendy Girl, for sharing that out. I did post it in the chat, but mine hasn't showed up yet, so I don't know why. So I appreciate you, Wendy Girl, doing that for me.
If you want to, just type in C.O.P.S and it should drop your link for you in the chat.
Yeah. You need to get it set up. If you type Abyss in the thing, it will drop everybody's link.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's and I wanted to say before I forget, it's really good to have you back on the internet, John. We did miss you.
The internet.
You too.
On broadcast, on podcast, whatever you want to call it. It's good to have you back and available. I understand, you were going through a rough time, but it's good to see you again.
Yeah, right. It's just been a while, and I had to take some time off, so that's fine.
Yeah.
I lost another question I was going to ask you.
That one's on me, guys. Sorry.
If somebody was to come up to y'all and say, hey, I want to get into the paranormal, what would y'all's advice to them that's like want to try to get into it and maybe have their own team someday?
I actually, we've had several people who have come up to us and said they wanted to. And so, I mean, the best way to do it is just to get in there and do it. You know what I mean? Like, um, luckily, some of the people that were interested in, or whatever, like they came to a group, us, who was already established and could show them the ropes regarding like the tech behind it, the methodology behind it, how to organize a large group, etc. Um, but for the most part, if somebody didn't want to necessarily come with us to figure out if this is for them or not, by all means, just start simple. Get a voice recorder and then sit down and see if you get responses.
Right.
Just start small and see if it's really for you or not.
My my biggest advice would be, what Liz said, but also, and it's just my personal bias. I would say don't provoke, because I just really feel like I don't know. It just seems wrong,
Yeah.
you know. Because it just seems like even if you got a response, it may not be what you're looking for,
Yeah.
and it may be more than you're looking for. So
Right. Well, I would say make sure it's something you want to do. And when you start out, don't ever do it by yourself. Have
Yeah.
somebody else there. There's a lot of physical safety reasons for that, and there's paranormal reasons for that. And but yeah, don't ever wander off and do something by yourself. And don't go out and buy a bunch of equipment until you got into it and you're sure that you want to do this.
Yeah.
Unless you're a billionaire and can spare the money.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
that
and
case,
then
come see us. We need some
and
help.
then if
Yeah.
you give up on it, let us have your equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. If you decide to change your mind, we're always here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Dina said she's seen some people use a radio and just scan the channels manually.
Yeah.
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 Uh, you want to talk about your show a little bit and tell us when your show airs and stuff?
We can. I'm not as loyal to my time slot as I want to be. But a lot of it, sometimes it's just simply I'm exhausted by the time I get home and stuff like that. But with all that being said, I also don't broadcast as much as I would like to or whatever because I don't have people to come on the show. Vicky has the I know this person, I know this person, I know this person, and I depend on her to contact with people. But sometimes they don't reach back out, and then I'm sitting there going, oh, I don't know what to do because I can't do a whole show by myself. It's weird. What am I? I'm just going to sit there and be like, so yeah, I had a Coke today. Try that. Crazy. But normally though, yes, we are broadcasting every Monday at 6 p.m. Central Time. It is primarily a show about the paranormal. My intentions when we started this show, though, Vicky and I, we talked about it, and I felt like we needed a show that was more geared toward getting to know the people. As I said earlier, you have a lot of judgmental people, but once they understand who you are as a person, they kind of perceive this paranormal side of you with a different idea. You know what I mean? And so my intentions were to get to know the people, not necessarily ask those same questions, like what we always go through. And it was more along the lines of, tell us about who you are, what do you do, what's your family like, things like that. But it never stays that way. Once we get to talking, it always turns right. Nobody can talk about themselves. They're too
Yeah.
uncomfortable with it.
Yeah, they go into paranormal stuff.
I mean, immediately, and so I'm like, oh, okay, so let's do that then. That's a good question though too, yeah, because what got them interested to begin with, where are you coming from with this? So it's a good question.
Uh, let's see. What was when is your next show, or are y'all still talking about cryptids and stuff like that?
That kind of died off. We haven't really done anything with that for a couple months now.
Okay.
It just didn't go the way we thought it would. So we just kind of let it drop, sort of thing. But the next show is tomorrow, I actually will have Jen and Eddie's Paranormal on the show tomorrow, and they're going to discuss a little bit about how they're expanding their. Thank you, Wendy girl. It's hard to do it. um, but they're kind of expanding their show a little bit, I guess. As it were already, they didn't just focus on the paranormal. They do a lot of different things on their show. But he did say that he was planning on including more comedy type things. I think we kind of misunderstood though, because when I wrote to him, I said, "Hey, I hear you're expanding your platform, adding a comedy show, this sort of thing." He's like, "I am," and I'm like, "Aren't you?" He's like, "No." And I was like,
I can go back and find the thing that said he was, but maybe he was meaning somebody else that he was promoting or something. I don't know.
he explained himself as, hey, I decided, basically I'm going to be more comedic in my shows, that sort of thing. So, but I'm inviting him to try to help him promote his show some more, because they still need some views. They still need the likes. They still need whatever they can get, all the support they can get. So,
right. Well,
And
he has always been a comedian. I always told him you need to do stand up. Yeah.
and to boost your viewership, tomorrow we will reveal the paranormal investigator from the South that doesn't like mashed potatoes.
it's a secret. I will announce it on the show tomorrow. You come on over and I'll tell you what southerner doesn't drink iced tea or sweet tea, doesn't like mashed potatoes, and or
no
shrimp.
casseroles.
Or shrimp. No casseroles.
No casseroles, yeah.
It's blasphemous. I'm not even I know that's blasphemous.
I mean, he's a great guy, but come on, you're from the South,
If you come on over, I will tell you who it is. If y'all don't already know, you're going to be in for a
Timmy,
surprise.
it's at 6 p.m. Central Time.
Yes, 6 p.m. Central Time.
Yeah.
Good job, Ruben. That's a good one.
Nice.
You're in for a treat tomorrow. Come on over and find out who it is.
You never guess.
I know. Who doesn't love mashed potatoes, Wendy? I'm just saying. Who doesn't? And get this particular Southerner doesn't eat mashed potatoes with his meatloaf.
Right.
What?
Right. What?
No gravy, nothing.
Yeah. I mean, we got to talk. You'll have to have that person on and talk about childhood trauma.
I might just have to bring that.
Have caused
Jonathan,
that problem.
do you think that person would be willing to come on and talk about those childhood issues?
He had nightmare dreams of being chased by potatoes, so he no longer eats them. Okay.
He fell off his bike onto a pile of mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Jonathan, we love you, and we're just going to give you a hard time any chance we can.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, who was it?
No, we're going tomorrow night. It's a secret.
When are y'all coming to North Carolina? I've been waiting.
We've had to delay it. We've had to delay it because being in Global Ghost Hunt this time, and I've had health issues, and so we're going to have to delay it. Hopefully, we could do it next spring. Something like that. I know it's next fall. You're going to UK, isn't it, John?
Yeah, next October. We'll be going in the third week in October.
Okay. All right. Well, we had to delay it and things like that. It's I don't know. Maybe we can figure something out between now and then. I mean, honestly, we could have squeaked by and got down there, but if one little thing had went wrong, we'd been in trouble.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. So, yeah.
We're actually going to Nashville this October.
Right.
Okay.
That's what you said last night. Yeah. And I don't know if you've seen where I told you, but supposedly Hank Williams Jr.'s in there and he's angry.
Yeah.
And I've had a lot of people tell me about it being in there and him being angry. And
Where are
Yeah.
you going to investigate?
No, we ain't going to investigate. We're just going to invest
vacation.
vacation.
Oh, okay.
Me and my wife is going. We're I guess they heard me singing in the shower, so they're gonna give me a record contract or something. I don't know.
I love it. That's so good.
I lost my heart to a pile of mashed potatoes.
They said they wanted me to come and sing for them. So that.
John, we were very, very excited about the prospect, but it just didn't work out the way we thought it was going to, honestly.
Yeah, things just kind of went south.
Yeah, the whole group we were all bummed, but it wasn't in the cards.
It
Yes.
went true south. We had mashed potatoes when we got there.
Yeah.
I'll make you some, but I ain't gonna eat them. That's just about the nastiest thing you can ever eat.
Well, there he just killed your ratings.
Yeah.
Oh Lordy. Well, it's getting about that time to get going because I got to get up and go to work in the morning.
Oh, good
Yeah,
Lord.
us too.
Yeah, 4 o'clock will be here before you know it.
Hank
No.
Jr. still alive?
Yeah, Hank Jr. is still alive. I was meaning his dad,
Yeah.
Hank Williams. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to the Ryman Auditorium too, so that's going to be pretty cool. We're going to watch the 150th year of Grand Ole Opry celebration.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That
so
it is.
I think we'll get to see Vince Gill, Patty Loveless, and the movie actor is singing with his brother Kevin Bacon. He's going to be there.
Oh, okay. The Bacon Boys,
Yeah.
Bacon Brothers, I think they go
The
as.
Bacon
Yeah.
Boys.
Yeah, the Bacon Boys or Bacon Brothers.
I
One or
don't
the
know
other.
who all else is going to be there, so it's going to be pretty cool. It's my very first concert, and what is the Grand Ole Opry as his first concert? That'd be cool.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I know Kevin sings really well.
Oh,
What?
we have
Sean?
another blasphemer in the comments.
Yeah, Sean. He doesn't like mashed potatoes either.
How
Oh
dare
my
you, sir?
God.
How
He's
dare
from
you?
Kansas. He's not from the South. He's from
Yeah, Midwest
That's the
still.
Yeah.
Maybe he likes his potatoes au gratin.
Kansas.
Oh, okay, guac potatoes are good, but like, I'm just shocked. There's such a strong opinion about them.
You ain't supposed to eat nothing that you can just slide down your goozle. You're supposed to chew them up. That's why they gave you teeth.
Just fun. See, John, you make it worth it, buddy. You make it
Let
worth
me
it.
guess, you don't eat oysters either, right?
No.
Oh,
I don't
No.
like them. I don't like them either. Yeah.
those are disgusting.
What about
Yeah.
crab legs?
No.
What? He says it like, of course. But
You're winning me back, John. You're winning me back, buddy. Keep going.
First of all, you're a coastal state, a southern coastal state, and you eat nut. I'm so shocked. I'm just shocked.
I eat country food. I eat food that's put meat on your ribs.
Well, nowadays you
Potatoes.
don't worry about radioactivity in your seafood. So I mean,
Fried
Yeah.
potatoes.
I do like to eat seafood, but it ain't none of that weird stuff. It has to be flounder, and that's it. I don't eat no frog legs, crab legs, chicken legs, or nothing like that. That's just nasty.
I am a
do like
food
crab
explorer. I cook anything and everything just to try it. Poor Ruben, he's my little guinea pig. He eats everything though, just about. I mean, if I don't tell him what it is, he eats it.
She sneaks stuff in my food, man. It's not right. It's not right. I'll be munching along, and she'll be like, "You like that?" And I'll be like, "Dadgummit.
I
What
doubt
did she put in
Jesse's
this?"
watching, but Jesse's like, I hate Parmesan cheese, the powder kind.
Yeah.
He has no idea I put it in pretty much anything Italian that I make. It is loaded. It's loaded. you know.
Ruben loves deer meat now.
Oh, I can eat deer meat.
She
Yeah.
snuck it in on me. She
See,
snuck it
I
in.
don't really care for it a lot.
But you
I
And
got
you
to
can,
know
talk
how to
about
prepare it. You got to know how to prepare it.
I
childhood
know how to
trauma.
prepare it.
That's why
I
I don't
just
like
don't
deer
like
meat.
it. Everybody else likes it that I cooked. So
I can eat,
I know how to prepare it. I just don't care for a whole lot for it.
I can eat deer, rabbit, squirrel, but I just can't eat them lobsters and stuff like crabs and stuff like that.
You keep on talking, you're going to become my best friend again.
He
You want to
still
go
doesn't
do
like
karate in the garage?
he still doesn't like mashed potatoes, Ruben.
Hey, as long as he hates seafood, we're good. We are
Oh,
good. But
Yeah.
yeah, she sneaks stuff into my food, man. It's not right.
I was actually raised. We didn't have a lot of money, so we raised up on pintos and cornbread and stuff like that. So
Ooh,
Fried chicken.
yeah,
Fried chicken, a lot of chicken. And Dad told me one time we had a really bad year, and I remember him telling Mom, "I don't want to see another chicken." No. No, he said, I was worried I was going to start laying eggs. No more. So we went quite a while without chicken, but yeah, it was either beans and cornbread or chicken or, fried potatoes, something like that. Yeah.
yeah.
I'll tell you. We've got an Amish country store around here, and their bacon is the best bacon I've ever tasted in my life.
it's
Mhm.
shipped in though from Pennsylvania.
That's
Mhm.
because they put love on it.
They know what they're
Mhm.
doing.
They put
They
the
know what they're
love
doing.
in shipping.
Yeah.
Okay,
So good.
so I think it was Timmy. I lost it now. It might have been Windy Girl, but somebody said that they love all types of potatoes, especially baked potatoes. So ironically, like I have a thing about some things. I don't have a food texture aversion normally, but baked potatoes, too potatoey. Thick potatoes, like crinkle cut, too potatoey. I just don't like that thick, gritty potato. Mm-mm.
Something like that, I dump a lot of extra stuff on, like bacon bits and sour
If I
cream and
if I have a
Oh
cheese,
yeah,
if I have
yeah.
chili, and that
if
kind of
I have
stuff.
a baked potato, I usually make it after I've had pulled pork, and I pile pulled pork on it
Mhm.
and douse it in like onions and jalapenos and cheddar cheese
Yeah.
sauce and
I don't know about you, John, but I'm getting all revved up. I'm about to go raid the fridge.
Yeah, I'm gonna go dive in that meatloaf. I mean,
All right.
And no potatoes.
oh,
Wendy girl, that's the best type of deer. Oh, girl, you got to
What
try
is
my
it?
deer jerky. Woo!
Oh, good gosh. It don't even get out of the
What, John?
dehydrator.
You don't like deer jerky?
no,
What?
that's like trying to eat your shoe.
Oh,
Well, there's some of them that's tender if you make it right.
Mine is tender.
It's
Mine
tender.
cares. Mine's real
Yeah.
juicy still, and I do it very
oh my.
well.
John, I feel like you're taking me on an emotional roller coaster tonight, man.
He's like,
I'm just like, this guy is the best, and then you say something about deer jerky.
I don't like deer jerky, beef jerky, none of that jerky stuff. No,
Beef jerky? I
A
can't.
lot of the
I
store
can't.
bought stuff is it's too tough, I think, too.
That's
okay,
true.
so here's my thing about jerky, right? You guys go to the store and get those bags of jerky or whatever, and they are kind of tough or whatever, but they still have like some meatness to it. But I remember when I was a kid, there was this type of jerky I cannot find anywhere anymore. But you could chew on that shit for days. Like it just goes on and on and on. I want that jerky. I can't
Like
find
a
it
slow
anywhere.
poke sucker. Yep. Yep. I know what you
Wendy girl, I like
Every
this girl.
time Liz tries to make jerky, whether it's beef or deer, she'll go over to the dehydrator and she'll be like, "You guys," because my son raids it. It's not anything to do with
It's not
me.
even done yet, and these guys are pulling it out of the dehydrator. I end up with none. I'm like, why are you guys eating it raw? Ooh,
It's not raw. It's just not crispy.
it's just not done yet.
Yeah, I
Well,
had that happen when I would make fruit roll-ups in my dehydrator. I
yeah.
would literally, if I turned my back on it, I'd go in there and like half of it was gone already. And I'm like, come on, guys, it's not even done yet. Yep.
I just don't like beef jerky. I tried it one time. My friend and made some, and it was like eating that laptop right here. I mean, I couldn't even get it pulled apart. And the only thing I like beef jerky for, or turkey jerky, or whatever jerky, is go hunt Bigfoot. You know, he likes that Jack Links, and that's what we
Yeah.
eat.
And we all know how you feel about big 1 foot, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt calls him Pogo something or other because of 1 footprint. Pogo. He
Just
hops
think about
around
it.
on 1 foot.
They've always found one footprint.
Yeah.
They've always found one little hair in a barbed wire fence between here and Washington State. So you know you got to be half naked by now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's just I don't know. I find a hard time believing unless he come up on our front porch, one leg and half naked. Then I'm like, okay, do you want some jerky? You know,
Yeah.
There you go.
There
then
you
I
go, bud. Poor guy, you're naked now. So here, some jerky.
so that'll make me believe if he's on my front porch, half naked, and
Yeah.
so Bigfoot's got to be real. Then
Mhm.
that's just my opinion, though. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just odd. Now I've seen some stuff, some damage, and if it hadn't have been an Assemblies of God minister's
Yeah.
house, I would question it. But he was like, yeah, he's real. And we call him Momo here in Missouri. So, but yeah, it was back in the 70s when that happened.
Yeah.
Momo hit hard in Missouri in the 70s. So,
Well, we know that the scary children are real because they're always circling John's house trying to look through the
yeah,
window.
they're standing outside the window
You
looking
know,
at
I,
Yeah.
window.
See, there he goes looking.
Made you look.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's a sleeping one eye open now night for sure.
He was talking about going to investigate a cornfield, and I was like, yep, better be careful of them black-eyed children in there.
Have
Yeah.
you not watched any 70s movies, man? The Children of the Corn and
Yes.
Village of the Damned. I mean, there's some
Well,
scary movies.
I did try to watch Children of the Corn, but I didn't get to see very much of it because I was like this.
I'll
Windy
tell
Girl.
you, it's
Windy,
an
hold
old
on,
movie.
Ruben, hold on.
Huh?
Windy Girl says to John, Bigfoot's going to show up in your dreams tonight, John, carrying a big old bowl of mashed potatoes.
And force feed them, half naked. It's an older movie, but there's a movie called The Birds. Like, you know,
Alfred Hitchcock movie. Yep.
that is a movie that will freak you out
Mhm.
because you go outside and especially if it's during migration time, you see a big flock of them. You're like, oh, they're coming for me.
All the memories come back. Yeah. I remember the
Mhm.
woman standing and screaming inside the phone booth because the bird, and you could just hear the bird smacking the phone booth. And I was like, God.
Guys, you know, I love horror movies. Those are my favorite movies. Like, I will watch any horror movie. I don't care. But you know what actually scares me is the oh, Ruben, help me out.
The Purge.
The Purge.
Yes.
Those movies scare me. They
It's
scare
because
the crap out of
it
me.
so easily could actually happen, especially nowadays.
I think that's why. I think that's why it scares me. It's it's a real possibility. But
Yep.
scary movies, I love them. They don't bother me. Ruben's over here. I can't sleep, and I'm like, there's a couch. I guess I don't.
Now, you know my rule. If I watch a scary movie, I got to watch 2 Disney movies before bed, and I can sleep. I'm good.
I don't watch no scary movies like that.
Oh, I love horror movies.
If I watch those, I'm like Hakuna Matata.
Especially when it has to do with like any kind of dolls, Chucky dolls. Now that is just I don't know. That is just a movie that shouldn't even been made. That doll shouldn't even been made.
I'm sorry. What movie was it? I was reading comments. I'm
Chucky.
sorry.
Chucky.
Chucky.
Chucky. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is scary. A doll with a knife. That's not a fun time.
Mm.
The Gremlins was actually kind of a little scary too.
If you're a
Mhm.
kid,
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm a kid. I'm just saying they bit people. They're ferocious.
you know what though? I did think of a movie that actually scared me, and it shouldn't have, but it was the Duck movie. Back in the
Howard the Duck.
80s. Howard the Duck.
I love
How?
that movie.
That movie scared me.
I
Didn't you
love-
say you also hated Groundhog Day?
That one just messes with my head. I can't stand
That's
that movie.
that's not the stupidest movie I ever watched.
It's awful.
So you're saying you'd eat mashed potatoes? Watch that.
No.
Have that
Groundhog
same
Day.
amount of good time. But
Knock, knock,
yeah,
knock. Open up, Jonathan. I have a bowl of mashed potatoes for you.
Yeah, that's vinegar.
There goes the neighborhood.
and then they put a funnel in his mouth and dump sweet tea down it.
Wash it down with the sweet tea. Yep.
Hey, guys. Timmy said, so y'all know, someone made a channel called AI with my name and pictures.
What?
Lovely.
That's weird.
Yeah.
All
When
right.
did that happen, Timmy? Just recently? And it's not me, she said. Yeah.
Well, John, my
comments-
phone's dying. I got to get off here, buddy.
Comments are behind.
Problem, bub. Like I said, I'm going to have to get off here too.
All right, buddy.
I do appreciate you coming in, hanging out with us. And having
Yeah, it
some
was a good time.
All right. Well, thanks for having us, John.
Yeah, no problem. I really appreciate it.
Yep.
I feel like I hit on every topic that I had written down. Talked about the ghost hunt, global ghost hunt, and the your channel and stuff. And so yeah, we hit everything.
Yeah, we did. Just stop different things we've had happen and
Yeah.
blooper stuff and all that good stuff.
Vic,
I
you just
remember-
said no. Timmy did say yes, weird to the far side. Yes, this week.
Yeah.
I do remember y'all was doing a calendar. Have y'all ever got that finished?
We did not get it done. We did not get. I think we're gonna have to do it for next year because here we are, going into September. But I don't remember what happened. We created one, but
What are you talking about?
the calendar.
Daryl had to change his format, something on the computer, but we're talking about having one for 2026 for sure. Yeah,
Everybody needs to get one too because it literally earlier you all heard us talking about everybody getting a butt shot. Okay, so we literally are making a moon calendar based on all these butt shots. Okay, so
full moon, half moon,
full moon, half moon, blood moon, blue moon. It's so good.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate each and every one of y'all coming on, and I really do enjoy having y'all. Y'all are always welcome back at any time. So thank y'all so much. I appreciate each and every one of y'all in the chat. Thank y'all for coming, hanging out with us. So see y'all later. Bye bye, everybody.